Peter, good morning. Jeff in Las Vegas.
Hey Jeff, wow, I like your background.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's quickly becoming an incredible book. When You Dream Big, congratulations. I was looking
Thank
up,
you. Thank you so much.
the publisher sent me a couple copies, and I gave it out to some of my friends who have 6, 7-year-old kids, and they read it to them every night. It's quickly becoming their favorite book. So you really know what you're
Oh.
doing, Peter.
Well, overnight success over 30 years, overnight success.
Oh, doesn't come easy, does it? Well, tell us about Charlie and what
No.
does his teacher ask of him and his other students?
And it features Charlie. Um, and Charlie actually is a she, although, I chose Charlie because, boys, when they hear the word Charlie, maybe they could relate to, it doesn't matter. This could be a boy, it could be a girl. I just happen to choose this character, Charlie. And her school is celebrating Dream Big Week. And the kids are excited. And of course, the big question that teachers love to ask is, what are you going to be when you grow up? And Charlie, the kids are excited. A lot of kids have an answer right away, and uh, Charlie, not so much. She's completely flummoxed by this question, and guess what? She should be because it's a big right. Your future um, is a big deal. It's a big deal, and you should be thoughtful about it. So I wanted to write a book that gave people permission to to be okay not knowing what the future holds, but just keep moving forward in a positive way, and things will work out.
Now, do kids still use the oldies but a goodies when they're asked that question? Fireman, nurse, policeman.
They do. I love visiting schools. I visit schools actually around the world, and it is a classic, right? The kids are like, "I want to be an astronaut," "I want to play
Yeah.
for the NBA," you know. Um, Not too many people say I want to be president anymore. That
Oh.
that one, not so much. But there's yeah, they're kind of the chestnuts, and but then I see the kids who are quiet, kind of they're afraid to share what they're thinking. I find that's interesting. Like, what is going on in someone's head? I think that's been fascinating for me. And my work is all about drawing that out. I wrote a book called The Dot about a little girl who thinks she can't draw, and a teacher inspires her to make her mark. And it's an invitation for people to begin that journey of telling us, who are you? Because frankly, I think that's the most important question we can be asking in all 12 years of school and all 100 years of life is who are you? And that's the only person that knows is you.
It's true.
We have clues and we can encourage you, but you're kind of in charge, which in this case, in this story, Charlie is kind of overwhelmed by that. That it's like a big question. And fortunately, she has an amazing teacher. And this book actually is a tribute to amazing teachers. So any amazing teacher out there, if you know an amazing teacher, this book is really a tribute to you and what you do with that group of kids. You've got them for a whole year. Yes, you have to teach them to read and write and problem solve, but encouraging them to think for themselves, to be positive, and also have some inkling about what the future holds. Um, and we're here to help celebrate that. So that's When You Dream Big is all about that.
I was going to say, Peter, I still have teachers, every length of my education from grammar school through college that made such an influence on me. Some are still my friends to this day, and I still communicate, because of social media. But I want to ask you, especially with this book, when did you decide? Did you have those thoughts when you were a child? Did you want to be an author, or did that come later on, or did you switch occupations like a lot of kids did growing up?
Um, I loved drawing right from the get-go, and uh, you know, it's nice when your talent is evident that you can actually see it. And for me, I picked up a crayon, I started drawing, and I'm like, I love this. I'm gonna keep going. I was born with a twin brother, very handy to have a twin brother to because he cheered me on. He noticed that I loved to draw and he encouraged me. He also liked to draw, but he liked writing. He also liked just um, getting things done. So we were a great team. We formed our own. a publishing company when we were in third grade. So we had newspapers, comic books, we made movies, greeting cards. So I kind of knew at an early age that I loved doing this. Later on, I was a camp counselor at a special needs camp, and I fell in love with teaching. And I just love seeing kids, seeing their potential. And the surprise for me is that I fuse these two together. So I love writing and drawing, but then working with kids and encouraging them to be their amazing selves. Um, I kind of glued that all together, and so here we are, almost 100 books later, and I'm in classrooms around the world. So I did become a teacher in a sense, but I rely on great teachers to read my book and share them with their students.
Well, Peter, the same thing happened with me is that, I didn't know what I wanted to be growing up, but I went to the movies at a very young age. I'm a film critic this is my 31st year as a professional broadcast film critic. And I would go to the movies 6, 7, 8 years old by myself in the 70s and see them over and over and over. And then I had a moment, I'll never forget it. When I was 11 years old, I saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And for the first time, kids
Mm.
think movies are real, right? They think that. But the first time I was like, what are these names going across the screen? What's a director? For the first time, and that movie in that moment, I wanted to be a filmmaker. Went to film school, broadcast school, all of that. So, but I just remember in my life that passion, like you with writing and teaching, I had that with the movies.
Mhm. I love that. I love that. I wrote a book called The North Star. It's what my very first picture book, almost 30 years ago, and it is about finding that spark. We're all different. Even twin brothers are. We have different North Stars, and I love that idea of like when was the first moment, the first clues that you were becoming you. And I could see you as a little kid in a movie theater by yourself, just soaking it all in, and so it's wonderful to see um, where where people started that journey.
Well, Peter, I appreciate your passion and congratulations. The book is out now. It's available. I appreciate your time and come visit us in Las Vegas soon. We'd love to have you.
I love Vegas. I love Vegas. Right? You can dream big in Vegas,
Yes.
so
Oh,
that fits
this
very
whole,
nicely.
whole city's based on dreams. Just pick a decade.
Right? That's so true. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate being able to share my new one, When You Dream Big. So keep dreaming, and I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It is a fabulous
I
shirt.
had to put something colorful and something that kids, something to dream big with. So, all right, Peter, thank you for your passion and let's talk again soon. Thank you.
Very good. All right. Take care.